He has played 10 games in the Bundesliga. He has got 15 goals and has clocked up 5 assists. I mean, wow.
I mean, it's a good buy for them. But
why is there a buy?
No. While it's a good buy for them, hopefully they still win something lah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
No, okay, see, this is what I mean by it. I think this is what everybody, not just myself, is talking about the Kane Effect.
442 Dudes. Welcome back to another episode of 442 Dudes.
Sorry.
That's why there's something go wrong. I have to cane him for that. But in any case, speaking of Kane, we're going to be talking about him later. But we'll catch you for what we call 90 minutes of. Don't forget to subscribe. This is 90 minutes of. Now, earlier on, I know, we were mentioning about a certain Kane, the Kane Effect. And we're speaking about a certain Harry, but not Harry Potter. It is Harry Kane. So I think, when Harry Kane moved over to Bayern Munich, a lot of people, again, they were wondering whether he'll be doing well. And he seems to be doing quite well.
Oh,
so far he's been doing quite well.
I don't think he's doing. I think he's doing more than well.
Oh, is it?
It's been exceptional for Bayern this season. I mean, he has only played a total of 15 games for Bayern Munich across all competitions.
Yeah.
And he already has a total of 19 goals.
Wow.
I mean, wow.
And a couple of hat tricks as well. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, he has got a hat trick of hat tricks in the Bundesliga. As you can see on the screen right now, he has played 10 games in the Bundesliga. He has got 15 goals and has clocked up 5 assists. I mean, wow.
I mean, it's a good buy for them. But
why is there a buy?
No. While it's a good buy for them, hopefully they still win something lah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
No, okay, see, this is what I mean by it. I think this is what everybody, not just myself, is talking about the Kane Effect.
Yeah, the Kane Effect. Okay.
And because this season he left Spurs.
He did. Yes.
And Spurs are flying in the Premier League, right?
Yeah, until the loss. But anyway.
Yeah, anyway, so they're flying in the Premier League and I believe he moved to Bayern because he wants to win something.
Some silverware here and there, yeah.
But they have already been they're already out of
two, is it? Yeah.
Two cups. So in fact, they lost the, I think the equivalent of the Charity Shield. They lost the game.
Yeah.
And now they've lost the game to a
see, he had to cough it out.
I can't bring myself to say this.
Yeah, I know, right?
They lost the game to a third-tier team in Germany.
Okay.
They lost, I think, 2-1 or 3-1.
Yeah.
After taking the lead, no less. So, I don't know. I think it's a Harry Kane.
So, while it's a good buy, but it's also a good buy to the silverware.
I said, whoa. I think you can say that again. Say that again.
Yeah. While it's a good buy, it is also good buy to the silverware.
Of course. I mean, that's Harry Kane. So, he might just be one of those players that brilliant player. As brilliant as the player is, I think he's going to end his career empty-handed.
He tried.
And this is what is known as the Kane Effect.
Oh dear.
He will do well individually. He will break all kinds of records. But the team that he plays for will not win a trophy.
Okay.
And I think they're on course to make that happen.
to crash somehow. Okay. So, I mean, that's what John is saying. In my opinion, while he's coughing the Kane Effect out,
I'm so sorry.
I'm saying that there's still a slight chance. Although we know some former Liverpool players at the top now with the other team, but I think Bayern will stand a chance.
So you think Bayern will still win?
I don't think they will win. I think they stand a chance.
To win the Bundesliga or?
Yeah, to win the Bundesliga.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, Champions League, but Bundesliga.
No, they definitely would not win the Champions League. But having said that, I think Kane is going to be a breath of fresh air for,
he will be.
for Bayern in the Champions League.
I think if you see the highlights so far, I think if anybody is really embracing the whole thing, the partnership with Thomas Müller and Harry Kane. In my opinion.
Leroy Sané as well. Don't forget that.
And what's his name? Tell.
Matthias Tell.
Yeah.
Matthias Tell is an up-and-coming striker. So I think he's...
I think, Harry Kane is doing some...
In the previous game, in the last night's game, again, he did a very, very beautiful square pass to Kane.
Yeah. So I think
after a breakaway.
It's a Harry Kane effect somehow, just not with the silverware.
Correct. I think Kane, his effect... maybe if we just to delve a little bit deeper into this Kane effect,
Yeah.
I think he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah.
Largely because of how he plays the game, the way he positions himself. He is, I would say, in some sense, a typical old school number 9 kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit more to his game. He actually comes deeper to get the ball, and he's someone that can actually spray passes and then bring in the other teammates.
Right.
So as he comes deep, he draws defenders towards him, which creates a lot of space in front.
Yeah.
Right. And because he's supported by such pacey wingers, in this case right now they have Kingsley Coleman.
Yeah.
On the right they have Leroy Sané on the left.
Leroy Sané,
Matthias Tel can come in as well. I mean, and don't forget Alphonso Davies doing overlapping runs and that kind of stuff. So he is blessed with players. I think Tuchel did the right thing by bringing Kane in, because by bringing Kane in, he really allows the other teams to
For
flourish.
the offensive.
I mean, not the other teams, the other players to flourish, making use of their strength, the way they run into spaces, their pace and all. So I think that's the reason why Bayern are doing so well. But again, somehow or another,
the silverware.
Exactly.
Okay, so now we talk about, this whole Harry Kane effect.
Yep.
There is another player as well
Okay, cool.
that has a certain effect on his team.
Yep.
I would say so. He's doing similar things to what Harry Kane has been doing. As you said, Harry Kane is providing more offense for the team. I believe this guy is doing the same thing, in my opinion. Just watching the highlights.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about someone that your team somewhat missed out on him. And you got the other side of Manchester getting him. None other than Jeremy Doku.
Say that again?
Doku. I like saying Doku. Yeah, anyway. So I think Jeremy Doku kind of is like the Harry Kane effect for Man City. But the only thing I feel that it's not the same, he's not so prolific like Harry Kane. In my opinion.
Yeah, but regardless, I think he's an upgrade.
Yes,
he's an
he
upgraded
is.
version of both Raheem Sterling and Jack Grealish combined. I mean, you can see on the screen right now. He has joined some. What was that word called? Illustrious company. In terms of
Illustrious
having
company.
4 assists in one match. And don't forget, this is his first season. He's only played 8 games in the Premier League so far. He's really chalked up 5 assists. 4 of them came in the last game, of course. And I don't know. Whenever he gets the ball, I just get so excited.
Yeah, there's something. I think you expect something magical to happen.
Exactly. So I'll liken the effect of what Doku has on Man City to when Ronaldo actually first joined Manchester United back when he was an 18-year-old.
Okay.
So for people who have followed Ronaldo's career, or at least people who are around my age, you have definitely remembered the game where Ronaldo made his debut in the Premier League against Bolton. Right?
Okay.
He started on the left, he went to the right. Doesn't matter whether it's the left or right wing. Whenever Ronaldo got the ball, he just lights up the whole atmosphere. Everybody would just start to, even if you're using the phone, I don't think they really have much more. I mean, even if you are nodding off, dozing off,
but when he gets it,
when he gets the ball, you just want to sit up. And I think Jeremy Doku has this kind of effect on the team and on the fans as well. And obviously, you mentioned about Liverpool missing out on him. I think, it's quite. I wouldn't say it's a loss. I mean, we have found players, to like Luis Diaz and whatnot. So I don't think we really lost out a lot.
Okay.
But when he was on Liverpool's radar, he was actually, I think, a 16 or 17-year-old. And Jurgen Klopp actually compared him to Sadio Mane.
Wow.
So I think at that point of time, they were looking at maybe this guy, could be the replacement for Sadio.
Okay.
And obviously, I mean, we brought in Gakpo, we brought in Luis Diaz and whatnot, and now Man City has him. And kudos to City, kudos to Pep for
getting a good deal.
Exactly, and for I think playing him, I think that's the most important thing. For having
true.
the faith and the confidence in Jeremy Doku to actually light up the Premier League. And like it or not, I think is definitely an upgrade on Raheem Sterling. And I as mentioned earlier.
And it is one of their better buys. Not like, poor Kevin Phillips, but it's definitely one of their better buys.
Of course. I mean, this guy is all about pace, power, precision. You name it. This guy's just
wow.
I mean, if he carries on, if he's able to remain injury free,
he's going to be a staple player.
I think he's going to be one of the world stars.
Wow.
I am not even kidding. He definitely has the potential because he's he's someone that, I mean, I saw some interviews on YouTube and everything. He's actually quite a down-to-earth guy as well. So with the kind of attitude, we spoke about attitude, right?
Yes, we did.
There's an episode we talked about what it means to be a top player.
Yeah.
I think this guy has the attitude
what it takes.
and the talent to be a top player. That's just my views.
He can become, if he levels up, he becomes Jeremy Goku. If you get the Dragon Ball reference. Anyway,
oh my goodness.
If you get the reference. But we've been talking a lot about the players. We've been talking about the next topic for quite some time as well. I think we've been going...
It's a never-ending topic.
Yeah, it's a never-ending. We're going on and on about it. I think, needless to say, it is none other than the VAR. I mean, it's coming up again as a topic. We don't want it to, but it just comes up again. And so, John, what are we going to focus on this time for the VAR?
I think before we go into the VAR, I just want to look on the screen right now.
Okay.
Let's compare these two situations.
Okay.
In your opinion, Ben,
what's
the difference? And what's the verdict on these two images?
Well, I mean, if you're going to ask me, then, the one is clearly in, one is clearly out.
One is... Whoa. Say that again.
One is clearly in and one is clearly out.
Which is in, which is out?
Okay, so based on this, the thing is, if you look at the left one, that's quite clearly out.
When you're talking about left, you're talking about Newcastle game.
Yeah, the Newcastle one. Yeah, like my left, yeah.
Okay, that's Joe Willock, by the way.
Yeah, so that's, clearly out. Yeah.
So Joe Willock is out?
Yeah, because the right one, on the other hand...
Rashford?
Yeah. These days, they have all this stupid camera thing, okay? So even if the strand of the ball touches the line, they're going to say it's in. I want to say it's out. But nowadays, VAR is so...
Okay, so in your opinion...
Yeah.
Joe Willock represents Newcastle.
Yeah.
That picture is out.
Yeah.
But for Rashford, it's in.
Yeah.
But to answer that question...
Let's go.
Guess which one VAR ruled out for out of play?
Tell us which one.
The answer is Rashford was considered out of play.
Okay.
This is precisely what we mean by there's no inconsistency.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all very subjective. I mean,
it is.
And again, they keep harping on clear and obvious, but this is obviously not clear and obvious.
That's why I want to say too. And also at the same time, they keep saying how technology will help. But the thing is, it's just not helping. It's making things confusing.
I think it's embarrassing for VAR that they are despite all the feedback, despite all the controversies,
all the hype as well before that,
they are still making these mistakes.
Yep.
Nothing has been done, in my opinion, to actually improve.
Yep. It's just making the game more confusing.
Precisely. But what is even more embarrassing is Arteta's response.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Arteta is just, what the is he talking about? I'm just short of using explicit.
At the end of the day, they are managers. They have their own says. And I think it comes down to being human. Now, if things don't go against your way, you will be okay. But if things go against your way, not going the flow you want, then you kind of make some noise. That's my... my take.
I mean, this is what Arteta said, right?
Okay.
Like, this result should not be what it is. It's a disgrace. It's embarrassing what happened. Incredible. Right? For many reasons, it's not a goal. For more than one reason, at least, it's not a goal.
Yep.
It's an absolute disgrace. I feel embarrassed. I've been more than 20 years in this country, and this is nowhere near the level to describe this as the best league in the world. And I am sorry. This is what Arteta said. So when it happens to you, it's embarrassing, it's a disgrace.
Yeah,
but let me draw your attention back to October when Spurs played Liverpool.
Yep.
Right? This is what Arteta had to say about the controversial Luis Diaz goal or non-goal.
Okay.
All right. So this is what he said. I'm just looking at the screen right now.
Yep,
in my
you said that 3
screen.
times. Let's hear it.
They are trying to make the best decisions.
Okay.
We need to give support and understand that mistakes happen. And that pressure is very difficult to manage. We need to give support and understand that mistakes happen. So, Mr. Arteta, I would like to ask you this question right now.
Here we go.
Where is your support and understanding that mistakes do happen in the game against Newcastle?
Apparently not.
I hope you can answer our question. I don't think this is a question that only me is asking.
No, I think there are many people asking the same thing.
Exactly.
There are many people asking the same thing.
If it doesn't happen to you, we need to understand they're human. That's bullshit. And this is where I want to compliment one person.
Okay, who would that be?
And that will be Ange Postecoglou.
Oh,
the Spurs manager.
yeah.
We know, all of us know what happened in the
Yep.
Spurs versus Chelsea game. I
Yep,
can't believe they lost to 4-1 to Chelsea. But
I can't believe it.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
If you go and take a look at this interview, I really think
It was a class.
it was so classy, and I believe that every manager out there needs to learn from Ange
Yeah.
on how to present themselves
Yep.
and how to speak properly
Class.
in a press conference.
I tell you, it's
in my
class.
opinion, I think among all managers, I will put Ange as the.
Oh, I'm agreeing with you. As a Chelsea fan, I remember when I saw that interview, I immediately sent it to you and I said that's class. That's class.
That's class. That's class.
Yeah, that's class.
He didn't really defend, neither did he support, but he's just stating the matter of facts.
Yes.
Right? So it's not like what Arteta has been doing. I mean,
Say one thing yet do the other.
let's not go in there. But then again, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We have to live with the way football is being played right now.
Yep.
I mean, we can bring a lot more examples. I mean, last night's Champions League game, right? When Rashford was sent off for, in my opinion, it's not even a foul.
Not even a foul.
Why is it considered a foul?
But
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And Copenhagen considered a penalty of Bruno Scott, but there's not
Which
a penalty
wasn't,
as well. The guy was jumping. Obviously, his hands are in the air, and the ball hit him from behind.
Yeah.
You mean he has eyes at the back of his head? How is that even considered a penalty?
Yeah, and we talk about that,
Oh my gosh.
How handball should,
I
confusing.
don't really know what handball rules is.
Yeah.
What is the handball rule? So what exactly is the handball rule?
Yeah.
What exactly is the offside rule?
He might have a Darwin's theory about that. I had to throw that in.
Okay, what about that? Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I just had to throw that in.
my goodness
I think
gracious.
he's a better suited to tell you more, but I decided to term it the Darwin's theory. So John,
What the hell is Darwin's theory?
Google lah. Google is a thing.
So what exactly do you want to
Okay.
ask?
Well, I mean, what do you think about this Darwin Núñez thing going on? I think that's his answer.
Okay, let me put this into perspective. As a
Yeah.
Liverpool fan, obviously I'm disappointed
Okay.
that he missed that clear chance to score. I mean, everybody saw Salah's reaction as well to the miss.
Yep.
But I think it's ridiculous for all the memes that are going on, right? I've saw so many memes. I'm not going to talk about them, because I just think it's not right. But this is what I think of Darwin Núñez.
Okay.
Right? I think he's probably the complete package. There's only one issue that I have with Darwin Núñez, and that is his composure.
Okay.
He needs to work a lot on his composure because he's someone that gets, in my opinion, too excited. When you're presented with a sitter with a fantastic chance, I think he gets too excited. And when he gets too excited, he tends to fluff his lines.
Right.
And that's the reason why he's missing sitters after sitters after sitters.
So because of that, he has to be more clinical.
Correct. He's
Okay.
I think he's trying too hard. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to score. Yes, oh my God. It's like when you get candy as a child, or you win the lottery. Oh my God, your mind just goes crazy and goes blank. I think that's exactly what's happening to him. So if he is able to compose himself better, I think he'll score a lot more goals. And that's where, what I agree with what Neville said, what Klopp said, it's actually quite scary to see his potential because apart from his composure, he is pretty much the complete package.
Okay.
His shot power is there, his pace is there, his power is there, his dribbling is there, everything is there. He's good in the air as well.
Yeah.
Right? That's why he only scores the difficult goals because that's where he's more composed. But when it comes to the sitters, I mean, he's only 22, or 23, so
let's wait for his evolution.
I don't know. Yes, let's wait for his evolution.
I mean,
but I really hope that Klopp, I mean, if I as a fan can pinpoint this so-called flaw, I believe they would know better. Correct? So that's just what I think. He needs to work on his composure.
And therefore becoming more clinical.
And that's it.
And hence the Darwin theory about evolution.
Yeah.
But now, speaking of evolution, we had someone who progressed and then he decided to demote. Well, not he lah, but he got demoted. And then apparently recently he got back promoted again. And that is Anthony Taylor.
Let's not go there. Why don't we just end this section right now? The less said about Anthony Taylor, the better, right? Let's say about him, the better.
And then after that, coming back. As you can see, not a lot of clubs like him. But in any case, that is our 90 minutes off. We will be coming back to you with What's What with
Who's Who.
See you. And this is the part where we call the What's What with
Who's Who.
Oh, not bad, you got there on cue.
Of course.
I see.
Yes.
So our key focus, of course, as always, for this segment is always about the interesting happenings in the world of football.
That's
and
right.
sometimes in sectors of football that people don't really, notice about. So in this case, we're going to congratulate, and we just learned this 2 minutes before this part of the recording. It is pronounced as Fluminense. It sounds like Flew by Nancy, but never mind, I try my best, yeah? Flew by Nancy, congratulations for making history not once, but twice.
That's right. So Fluminense actually won the Copa Libertadores.
Oh, not bad.
Of course.
The pronunciation. Okay,
I've
anyway.
always proud of my pronunciation.
Yeah.
By the way, they've won the equivalent of the Champions League. So, in European, all of us are very familiar with the Champions League.
Yeah.
But that is the European version.
Okay.
So in the South American version,
Yeah.
it's called the Copa Libertadores.
Libertadores. Okay.
Yes. So this is the first time that Fluminense has won the championship in the South American version.
Okay.
Akin to Man City's triumph last season, right?
Mm.
So it's a brilliant result for them. They won 2-1 against Boca Juniors. We all know they are famous Argentine team. And if you watch the game, I watched the highlights as well.
Okay. How was it?
They were brilliant.
Oh, wow.
In fact, all 3 goals were brilliant.
Yeah.
All 3 goals were really brilliant. And you mentioned about making history not once but twice. The second thing that they made history of is they actually became the 5th club from Brazil to win the competition.
Wow.
So now
okay.
it's the first time that the Brazilian clubs have won the competition 5 years running.
Wow.
Yes. So they are the club that actually made history from a Brazilian perspective, but also from their own perspective. So congratulations to Fluminense.
Yeah,
and
congratulations.
with that, Marcelo
has
also joined an exclusive list of players who have won both the European Champions League as well as the Copa Libertadores.
Oh.
And you can see how much it meant to him when
it did.
The pictures you showed him crying.
Even
and
the
all.
video as well. Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? The thing about crying and all those things, this is where I just want to highlight this portion once more. Because we, in this current generation, this era of football, whatever you want to call it, we have lost a lot of that passion.
That's true.
We have lost a lot of that love that we have for football. It's so commercialized nowadays, and so I think it's just lost almost all its value. But in the South American leagues, in the Portuguese league and whatnot,
the passion is still there.
The passion is still there. I mean, if you saw the fans out there,
it's not just the players, but the fans.
Exactly, it meant so much to the players. I mean, when I watched the highlights, I'm telling you, I was excited.
Even though you don't really follow
I don't follow
the whole thing.
that much, right?
Yeah.
But I was so excited watching the game, even watching the highlights.
Yeah.
I was so excited. You could feel the passion in the
and
stands.
in a little way, I don't know what language you were watching it, but the commentary as well. I think it would add some flavor.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
The flavor where it's
gola. Yeah, so I think it will add some flavor as well. So I do agree.
Wow.
I think as what you said, they had a lot of things going on.
Yes.
I understand there were a lot of cards being thrown. There were extra time goals, obviously, and as you said, passion among the fans and the players. So.
Wow.
So yeah,
I think that's something it's really, really very much missing in football these days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still present. I think we mentioned about Wrexham and the game between Wrexham and Notts last season in non-league football. That's where the real passion lies. But in the bigger leagues, in the more famous ones,
where's the passion, right?
Let's bring back. Let's just go back to olden days. Let's let us enjoy football.
Bring back the passion in football
and Vieira
or not bring back VAR lah, but just
drop Vieira.
Yeah, just drop VAR. Okay,
oh, well.
So that is what we have to say. And if you want to share some passionate football moments, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to CCB TV. And for those of you watching outside of Singapore, we are located all the way in Tampines, which is part of Singapore, not China. So we'll see you.
Wait, can I just say one more thing?
Yeah,
last thing before we sign off.
Yes.
So you mentioned about Singapore and all.
Yeah.
I know about passion and stuff.
Okay, let's go.
Well, this is just a note to the FAS. Please pay our players more. I mean, we are going to the World Cup qualification right now. No, we want to see our team do well. So please help our players to help us Singaporeans enjoy football once again.
So that Singapore can draw with Korea.
Yeah! Nah, I don't think so.